Hey guys, welcome back to the Vanity Podcast. And I actually have 3 cameras now, again, just like before. Hopefully, they all will work. That is the plan. Okay? So let's go
none
ahead.
of them are mine.
Yeah, he
so
personally
Yeah.
told us that if our phones stopped working, he was going to kill us.
We are here against our will. Please help. Send us your credit card information.
And the 3 wacky numbers on the back, please. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody. Kenny?
I got a haircut.
He did get a haircut. Looking mighty fine. James?
I shaved for the first time in like a year.
Yeah?
It's not even completely off.
Garrett?
I'm the same as always. I need a haircut.
Still gay. Just kidding. You're not gay anymore. And me, Zach. So how was your guys' weekend?
I'm Schrodinger's gay. You don't know if I am or not.
As long as we never check, you are simultaneously neither gay or straight, but also
Yeah.
gay or straight.
You lock me in the closet with some poison, and then as long as you never open the door, I'm neither gay nor not gay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
That's how LGBTQ community works.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Except I think instead of poison, they just put 2 dudes in the closet.
And then we never acknowledge them in Disney movies.
So how's everybody's weekend?
I worked, so move on to someone else.
I also worked.
Oh, great.
Garrett.
I got some shit done for my new apartment that I'm moving into.
nice.
So,
Where's your apartment at?
Exact address, please.
it's just off of a park.
It's just off of Redacted.
It's pretty nice though. It's just me and a roommate, so we're just it's gonna be pretty chill.
Yeah, nice. Who's your roommate?
You're going to sleep in the same bed together, right?
Is it a female?
It is.
Is
My
it your sister?
my friend from high school. We've been
nice.
pretty close friends.
Nice.
You're going to like give each other baths and sleep together and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's only a 1-room apartment.
Entirely. It's just one room.
Just 1 room. So we got a bed
it's a
next to
studio.
our bathtub.
You guys act like, okay, my mom had an apartment one time where it was just legitimately a 1-room apartment, and there was 3 of us living there. It was awful.
How big was the room?
Not big.
Oh.
Okay, so you walk in, and then there's
So you're saying you slept with your mom.
no. So you walk in.
What you're saying is you slept with your mom and your sister.
No, yes, no. So you walk in, and then you're automatically in the kitchen. And there's like an island that was right there. And then to the left, there's a very small, like tiny, like I guess it counts as a room. It was there's a room. And then if you just keep walking forward, there's a blind, like these long blinds.
There was a blind guy.
There's a
in the
blind
room.
guy, and he was like just messing around with the stick. But if you open them up, then there's a bed, and then to the left, it's a bathroom, and that's it.
Ah,
Well,
It was awful.
yeah, I mean that sounds.
My
inconvenient.
room was
the
that
kitchen.
it was that indent,
was the kitchen.
which doesn't have a door.
Your room should have been the kitchen.
Your
in this
room
house,
was
too.
under the staircase.
And I got a scar on my forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people tell you that you look like Harry Potter a lot?
So often.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
You don't though.
I know. I'm aware of that, but I've actually gotten it like a large amount, and I don't understand why. I mostly got it from one of my ex's dads. It was Avery. Her dad always
was
said I looked like
redacted.
yeah, it was redacted. No, he said that I looked like Harry Potter, and I was like, I don't see it. And he goes, "Can you cast a spell?"
I just think
Like
it's weird.
I get McLovin.
Yeah,
Like I get it.
McLovin all the time.
that's true.
I didn't. The
Yeah.
first time I got it, I had walked into a Cracker Barrel, and we were eating there.
All places.
Yeah, and we were eating there, and we sat down, and the waitress looks at me, and she was just, I was a lot younger at the time, but she was a cute teenager, and she was like, "You know who you look like?" And I was like, "Who?" And she goes, "McLovin." And I didn't know who that was at the time, and I was like, "Oh,
But you heard the
okay."
name and you're like, that sounds like a cool person.
And then my sister just started dying laughing. And my dad didn't know who it was at the time. And I was like, and once she left, I was like, "Who's McLovin?" And she's just like crying like because how hard she's laughing. And then she pulls up the picture of McLovin on her phone and shows it to me, and I was crushed. I had never felt.
You were waiting for like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson, like big dude, and you got McLovin.
Okay, I always say that I'm going to put something on the screen, and then I never do it. But I'm going to put a picture on the screen real quick of a picture of me and then McLovin side by side. Because there's an image where our hair is almost in the exact same place, and it pisses me off. It is awful. Please don't look at me any differently.
I don't know the name of the actor.
I always forget his name, but
Yeah.
he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's in some other stuff that I've seen that wasn't
Yeah.
whatever movie McLovin's in.
Yeah, Kick-Ass, for example. He was great in Kick-Ass.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've actually seen the full movie of Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass is pretty solid.
I've seen a lot of clips of it on YouTube, and it looks really cool. Looks good. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Would you say it kicks ass?
My mom
I hated that.
rented.
Just moving on.
My mom rented Kick-Ass once, not knowing what it was, and I think the first scene of it was the main character jerking off to
Yeah.
like a native woman.
It's got ass in the title. She didn't think it was a kid's superhero, right?
She thought it was going to be, I don't know, PG-13 or whatever.
Well,
Wrong there.
there's a reason it says rated R on it.
Another
that
movie
you
that
know
I
it's
haven't
rated R.
actually seen the full thing of, but I've essentially watched it because of how many different clips I've watched on YouTube, is that movie that I don't remember the name for.
Family Guy.
Great.
No, it's
Family Guy best
No.
clips.
Funny guy, funniest montage.
God, why can I not remember it? It's the comics with Rorschach.
Oh, Watchmen.
Watchmen.
You've never
Thank
seen
you.
Watchmen?
I haven't watched the
I
full
haven't seen
thing,
it either.
but I have essentially watched so many clips that I know the exact movie.
Well, I'm sure you have.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's so you know the iconic.
that was a great movie.
so
I
you-
recommend watching that movie.
So you know the iconic "I can't believe Steve Jobs died of ligma" scene
Yes.
between Rorschach and
Yes,
Dr. Manhattan.
yes. That's why I found that scene or that meme so much funnier than it actually was.
Have you seen Watchmen? I'm sure you have.
I have
not.
I have not.
It's
Ah!
long. It's like 3.5 hours.
Okay, no, but it is long and it's really good.
We'll have to
It's-
watch it.
Yeah, no, we do have to watch it. I own it.
Oh.
It's downstairs. We can go watch it.
Right now.
Right
Bye.
now. On the podcast.
All right, thanks for
This is
joining.
now a watch along podcast.
Yeah.
We should do watch
You
alongs.
can see our reaction.
Yeah, we can do watch
We should do
alongs.
watch alongs.
We can't have it on screen, but we can have a timer. That's
Yeah.
what people normally do. They'll start a timer and they'll be
Right.
like, okay, everybody go to 0-0 and play. And then they'll just essentially just watch our reaction.
Can we watch Goblin Slayer together?
Well, I mean, I never
No.
got to watch Goblin Slayer, so it would be genuine reactions from me.
I watched the first episode and I said, no, thank you.
The thing is, the first episode is the worst part. It's like more tame for the rest of it.
I still have to watch Demon Slayer.
That's really good.
Do that.
Have you finished it?
No.
No.
I will not finish it until Sam finishes Mob Psycho.
It's too many Slayers.
So I
Can't
meant to
wait for
mention
Tax
this.
Slayer.
I meant to mention this while we were talking about stuff that happened over the weekend.
Booty Slayer.
Booty slayer. I slayed some booty. No. I went to my friend's concert last night,
Nice.
and I had never seen them live, and I've also really haven't listened to a full one of their songs.
I'm sorry, hold on. Before you go on, don't you want to name drop?
Yeah, who's it?
Their
Who is-
band name is Chrome,
Oh, I love that character.
and
What kind of music is it? I might be into it.
rock.
It's only Chrome music.
It's literally just the clip of Squidward saying, "Why is everything
Future.
chrome?" No, but and I also hadn't listened to like a full one of their songs, but they fucking killed it. I still can't hear. I'm not even kidding. Like how
No,
we
I'm
talked
laughing
last
because
night.
I know
It
you're not
was
kidding.
awful.
So, is it
No, my ears
Heavy
are
metal?
awful. The
Yeah.
music was great. They went off. Like honestly, that was fantastic.
It's cool.
Because
going to
I
a
know
concert
all of
on-
them except the drummer. I didn't know the drummer because that's just some random dude that they got to be their drummer. They did like, what's it called? Auditions for
Yeah.
the drummer. But I just never seen that man before. But he killed it. It's great.
Cut that
Hey,
out.
would you like a snack? Would you like a snack?
Yeah, I'm really hungry right now. Oh my
Would you
God.
like some Pop Tarts?
S'mores,
Frosted
Pop-Tarts?
s'mores?
Oh my god, just
Well,
what
you
I was
get-
craving.
16 in that one package?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's such a value deal.
Would you like to know the price?
How much?
If you use my discount code Vanity Podcast on
So, hold on,
poptart.com.
we don't actually have a discount code.
No, we're gonna email them
We are
right
also
after
not
this.
sponsored. I am very sorry
Hey,
if anybody
Pop-Tart.
got excited.
Hey, Pop Tart, we just used a bunch
Just
of your
one
shit
Pop-Tart.
in our
Hey,
podcast.
Pop-Tart.
Hey, Mr. Tart.
We just use a bunch
Speaking
of
of
shit in
that,
our podcast.
now
Can you
let's
give us
talk
money?
about marketing. Holy shit, the fucking baby peanut from Mr. Peanut
Oh my god.
is awful.
Well, that is a little bit old news, but hey, I will shit on Baby Peanut any day.
I
every
just
day.
think it's so dumb
I mean, I knew they were
because
gonna
they were
bring him
like,
back.
"Hey, Mr. Peanut's dead," and I was like, "Cool, they're
I
killing
thought
off their mascot.
that was fun.
Maybe
That
they'll
was-
do something
no,
else."
Like that was like a fine marketing thing. Like, what brand can you name killed their fucking mascot?
Jack in the
Exactly.
Box.
Like that's it.
That's why I loved it, because I was like, holy shit, this reminds me of those old ass commercials of Jack in the Box when he died, and then he came back, and then they had a commercial of him literally shooting up the marketing team. Like, that's the best commercial you can ever make. And I loved Jack in the Box for that, even though I've only eaten there probably once in my whole life.
Right. So I thought Planters Peanuts. It is Planters, right? That's the.
I think so.
I don't actually eat their shit, but now I certainly will not.
Yeah.
Because this whole Baby Peanut business is the worst goddamn
It's
thing
so bad.
to happen to mankind.
It is awful.
Twin Towers. Baby Peanut.
I agree. I hate peanuts.
Oh, yeah, aren't you?
Hey,
Garrett's allergic to peanuts.
Can you do us a favor and eat baby peanut for us?
Yeah, okay.
Can you just sacrifice yourself for the greater
a good
cause? Of...
captain goes down
Now,
with the
see,
ship.
see what they didn't tell you is that I'm the one who killed Mr. Peanut.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You were the log in the road
It
that
was a
caused
hate
him to
crime,
drive
not an
away.
accident. Sorry, I'd like to take this moment to not talk so that I can enjoy my Pop-Tart.
Out of the 16-pack frosted s'mores. Do you have any other snacks that I could feast on?
do.
Like our double stuffed Oreos.
Oh,
Fun for the whole family.
oh man, that's great. Can I just get a? Oh, look at that.
This whole podcast is unlistenable.
Always made with real cocoa? That's insane.
Have I mentioned that if you go to Oreo.com and use the coupon code VanityPodcast, you get 3 Oreo packs for free?
Stop doing that.
This isn't real.
That's false advertising. Hey Garrett, are you hungry as well? Because boy, do I have a snack for you.
I'd like to thank Rice Krispie Treats for
Snap,
sponsoring
crackle,
this
pop.
All right, put all the snacks away.
No.
Not sponsored, by the way. Sorry about that.
I wish.
Not sorry.
Now to get into the real sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm kidding. But honestly, please, Raid Shadow Legends, sponsor us, please. I play your game almost never, but it's really good.
One of the people that I watch on YouTube put out an image. There was a screenshot of her emails, and it was a sponsorship offer from Raid Shadow Lessons, and she just put, "Boys, I've been chosen."
Who was the
The one doing the anime one the other night.
Yeah.
Gigguk. Why don't we just hash out a bunch of content creators we like? Gigguk did a video within the past week that was the anime coming up for this winter season. And dispersed throughout it, he had just really funny ways of doing Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. Because he just dubbed over scenes of a guy, I can't remember what the anime is called, but it's one that's, I think, not very good from his description. Of a guy who's actually, it's the main character, I think, and he's a pervert.
Okay.
And so he's going around trying to, talk to women, and they all just start kicking him to the next women that kick him for being a pervert, you know? And so he's like, guys, Raid Shadow Legends has over 180,000 players, and
their little coupon things never worked for me. Off the Misfits podcast, they had a code in the description where if I signed up using their code, Misfits, then I would get a free 5-star character.
Well, Misfits is spelled with an M, right? Are you sure you spelled it right?
It said, "Welcome to your 5-star character. It will be ready in your thing." And then I looked and it wasn't there. And I was like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just more surprised that you tried Raid Shadow Legends.
It's honestly good.
I've tried
Have you
it.
It looks
have you
fun.
played it? It's I'm not even joking.
I'm not
It is
interested.
unironically fun.
It looks fine.
Characters are boring, but the game itself is actually fun.
The beginning of the game, there's this overpowered party that they're showing off, and then they go to the final thing, and then a dragon comes out of nowhere, and you're like, holy shit, I can't wait to watch this party defeat this dragon. and then
And then
this
they die.
dragon kills every single person, and then it's like, who do you want to live? And then you get to choose your first character by resurrecting one of those party members. But then they get reset to level 1.
It's not a bad start.
Yeah, it's good. Honestly, try it.
I don't want to.
Just do it.
I don't care.
Sponsored by
It's my
Rouge
referral.
Funnel.
Friend code.
I mentioned it in the Discord the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, but is there like actually any mobile games that have kept your interest for longer than like a month? Other than you, I don't need to listen to you.
I played Marvel Contest of Champions for like a solid year
Really?
before I started to get tired of it.
I have played so many mobile games. It was like forever ago when Marvel had a like card game, a trading card game for mobile games, and I got into it because of how much I like comics. But it was hardcore pay to win. Like unless you were actually spending the money to like get the good cards, then you were like not making any progress. So I abandoned that.
Yeah, the Marvel game I was playing was also very pay to
Contest
win
of Champions.
because it was like the best way to get through like the really difficult content was with like 5-star characters. But in order to get 5-star characters, it was like a 2% chance, and you had to buy very specific like crystals to open or whatever. So you'd basically just never get them unless you paid a bunch.
I will say, I tried Contest of Champions for a hot minute, a couple months, and eventually just dropped off interest for me. But they include like fucking every character.
Yeah.
God, they are
Like
so
the
inclusive.
the characters are so cool. It's just the problem is you can't really get the new characters without spending a bunch of money. So it's like if you really want a character, it's gonna be really hard to get it.
So the game that Kenny plays all the time, Kenny, go ahead.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Please bass boost that.
I will.
So that is on par with the actual intro in game.
You have played it for like what? How long has
the
it been
entire
out?
time since it's been out.
Yeah, which is like how long? 2 years? 3 years?
Almost. No, yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
It's doing the whole
Year
third
3.
anniversary.
And now there's a monthly subscription, huh?
You did your mini rant on it during the stream that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started doing a monthly subscription, optional, which is nice. But it's basically just like, hey, you know all those units that are wicked bad now because they're not current generation overpowered? Well, we're going to give them a little buff if you give us $10 a month.
And the thing is also whenever I launch the game, that like fountain,
Yeah,
it's
no.
like 7 new missions that you can collect.
Yeah,
and I'm
so
like, oh yeah, and I
it-
click on it and I click redeem, and it says, sorry, you need the pass, which is $10 a month.
Okay, since you don't play, you might have seen it.
I mean, I saw the meme about it.
Right. But it is literally, the subscription pass is optional, like I said, but they shove it in your face. On the home screen, there's all little sections for all the things to do, and there is the little like quest board for all the shit to do, and it has all the little pages of all the different types of quests and shit to do to get rewards. And there's one, because it's they've got little like bullet points basically to show which page you're on, and so there's one that's gold. That bullet point is gold because that's for the subscription. Those are all the extra quests and rewards for the subscription, and it still is available to people who didn't get the subscription, so that you can go over and for it to be like, hey, you've got rewards available, and when you try to claim, it's just like, nope,
So
you fool.
So you still finish the quest.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't get the
redeem-
reward.
Yeah, no, you can't unless you get the pass.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It is.
No, it is.
It is, and it's a shame because when they announced the pass, they were announcing a ton of other really, really good things for the game,
Yeah.
and then they announced that.
It's so bad. But the only game that I have had that has kept my attention for longer than a month so far has been Grand Blue. And it is also a very, very grindy game. If you pay, you can get a lot of good units, but the units aren't really how you get good, like how you get better at the game. Because really what it is actually, well, one, matching, like having teams to go up against the other element so you can hit the weak points, and having stronger weapons, because you can have 10 weapons in a weapon like wheel, and then all of those make up the team's damage. So you don't really need a stronger unit, you need stronger weapons. Really all the units do is just their abilities. But the thing is that for the SSR characters in the like 10-part summon, I finally looked today at what the summon rate was, and for all of the SSR characters it is 0.003. And
You're
I managed
forgetting the
to
fact
get
that
2 of them.
any grand blue character that isn't a girl doesn't matter.
Also that.
The only way to win is to use women.
Yeah, because they're all
They're
very
all
adorable.
hella cute.
But yeah, no, I managed to get 3 of the 0.003% chance characters. So my luck is gone, like absolutely gone.
It's like me with Knights Chronicle, when I got all of the Ruby characters, and Connor was sitting there like,
I got the free one.
I didn't even try. I didn't even try to get all the Ruby characters because I knew I wasn't gonna play the game.
dude, I don't know how I like managed to do it, but not only did I get all of them, but I got multiple copies of Yang
Really?
and a couple of Weisses.
Did you manage to get Cinder?
Yeah. Cinder was one of the free ones.
Oh.
Or was the free one.
I don't know that.
I have not. I still have that game downloaded. I have not booted it up since the Ruby event.
Yeah.
But I do want to get back into it because it's legitimately fun.
I really want to go to RTX again
Well, yeah, because it was just fun.
because it was great.
Yeah.
Tickets are on sale.
Tickets are on sale.
Wicked.
Sponsored
early.
by RT.
Do you know why they're on sale wicked early? Because they're losing money.
Oh.
Why?
Was that why they did all those firings?
I don't think we actually know why they fired all those people.
Firing squads?
Yeah, they just murdered a bunch of their
you hear
employees.
about the firings?
I know that. What's his name? Crow got replaced.
Well,
for
yeah.
Alex.
Well, yeah, that was
a
a
hot
while
minute
ago.
Okay.
They
is
fired
like
like
currently.
30 employees, if
Oh.
not more. One of them being the lead animation director.
Of this last season.
Yes.
Yeah, well, of the last
For-
3 seasons.
Yeah. Which has been when it got back to being good animation.
Yes, which like obviously just one person being fired isn't going to make the
No,
animation.
right,
just-
right.
But I'm scared.
It's the lead animation director is the thing. That's why it's so bad.
Yeah, and like the one of the things that I'm worried about mainly is because of how this season ended. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it.
So literally, the next season is going to pick up at the most important part we've ever had
Right.
in the series, and if it is poor, it's not gonna look good.
Dude, and not only that, but imagine like Genlock when that comes back.
Oh, yeah, that is coming back. I forgot about that.
when that comes back.
Is it coming back like how it normally is, or are they only airing it on Adult Swim?
I don't know.
Because I know Genlock season 1 ended up airing on Adult Swim,
That is correct.
which is pretty cool.
But like when that comes back, if that premiere season episode is not good, man, I'm a big fan of Genlock. That one
Yeah.
ended up being really, really good, like pretty
I
consistently.
mean, it's still exclusively made by Rooster Teeth, right? It's not like a
Yeah.
partnership with Adult Swim.
No.
I don't see why.
No,
it
no.
wouldn't
No,
go on
Adult
the
Swim's
website
just airing
first.
it.
Same with like they still have their own comics, but they partner with DC for their like a side comic thing. With shows, speaking of shows, what's it called? I know I tried to show it to you, but did you guys see the trailer for the 3 Marvel TV shows that are coming to Disney Plus?
Nope.
No.
Okay, so they look really weird. They look good. Don't get me wrong. They look good because like they teased Scarlet Witch having her like actual costume,
Oh.
but like as a joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
don't understand why live action adaptations of comics, why they're so insistent on like the comic costumes don't look good. It'll never do well. They had like a comic accurate Wolverine costume available and ready,
oh yeah, because
And
at
they
the end
didn't.
credit scene,
and they just didn't use it.
that end credit scene was so good too.
Wasn't out of the Netflix Marvel shows, wasn't Daredevil the only one to actually put on his actual
Yeah, and the
costume?
thing is, because Daredevil actually used a costume, a very accurate costume, and then with the rest of the Defenders, like Iron Fist isn't in his costume, Jessica
Oh,
Jones in the comics at this point kind of doesn't have a costume,
That's
but she
why-
She did have a costume, which they used for the joke as well in that one
They
episode.
did that
the
in Luke
flashback.
Cage as well.
Yeah, with Luke Cage, they had his original Power Man costume as a joke. And then, so when they did Defenders, it's just Daredevil in his costume looking like it's a fucking Halloween party and his friends didn't dress up.
Yeah. See, but the thing is that's why Daredevil is the best show out of all of those.
Well, yeah, you're correct. That's
Oh.
so okay. Hold on, that's not why, but it is a pro.
Yes. What I like about Daredevil is the fact, first of all, I haven't finished season 2. But what I like about Daredevil is that in the first season, they didn't give him his suit
Until the end.
until the very end of the season. Good job.
But also, like, their sort of substitute suit leading up to that point was a pretty good, like, fill-in.
Yeah.
For his, like, origins. Mm-hmm. The Daredevil show was just really good in general.
I like the
those-
Luke Cage one.
No, yeah, Luke Cage season 1 was good. Jessica Jones
Had the best villain.
had the
out of
best.
any of them.
That had a villain so good that I will actively watch that season again because of him. Kilgrave was the coolest motherfucker on planet Earth. He was a bad dude, and I don't support what he did. But goddamn. And then Iron Fist didn't happen. But just season 2 of Luke Cage, when it came out, like, I was getting through it, and I got like halfway through it, and then I just sort of stopped. I never ever started Jessica Jones season 2.
Yeah. I never watched
I
Iron
heard
Fist.
Punisher was good. I haven't seen it.
Punisher was great.
The
Oh,
only
man.
thing I've seen
Punisher also, they get rid of the costume. Punisher in Daredevil season, because he was introduced in Daredevil season 2,
Yeah.
where he's in the costume, which is not much of a costume. It's just wear like some bulletproof vests and shit and spray paint the White Skull on it.
Yeah.
And in the start of Punisher, the show, he is throwing the vest in the trash and lights it on fire and walking away from it. Why? Why do they not use costumes?
The only thing I've seen of Punisher is the final scene when he's like grinding that dude's face up against the
so
mirror.
raw. Also, no spoilers. And then
why I
also
didn't blame
on
you,
top
dude.
of that, because the Black Widow movie trailer came out like a month ago or whatever, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taskmaster's in it. Can
Yes.
you tell me what Taskmaster looks like?
I don't remember.
Because it's just some boring military suit.
No, I
The
thought
dude, the dude with the bow and arrow.
Well, yeah, but he had the like mask thing.
He has a helmet that like has a sort of skull-ish design on it.
Yeah.
But it is just like military uniform.
That's it. And he gives tasks.
Dude, Taskmaster's costume in the comics is like a unique costume.
Taskmaster looks so cool.
They should rename him Task Manager. Ends the process.
He's a hacker.
Is
Task militiaman.
is the costume different from the comics and what he had in Spider-Man PS4?
I haven't played Spider-Man PS4.
Wait, how?
Because
What?
I haven't.
You have a PS4.
Kenny,
Yeah? Oh, don't you start.
Can-
Persona
stop.
5 has been out for
Listen.
years and you were just starting it the other day.
Listen. I legitimately want to end the podcast right now so you can play Spider-Man PS4. Why the fuck?
No, you don't have the privilege to
I haven't
argue
played it
about
either, but I don't have a PS4.
You do not have the privilege to argue about it. Go fuck yourself.
You guys have not played
Why haven't
one
you
of the
played
greatest
Spider-Man
games.
PS4?
I just haven't gotten to it.
Have you bought it?
No?
I have it.
You know my backlog of games.
Okay,
James.
fine. Here's what we're gonna do. Next time we both have the day off, you're gonna sit the fuck down right next to me. You're gonna play Spider-Man, and I'll play Persona.
No, you need to be streaming it.
And then
Yeah,
you
that's
jack
fine.
off.
That's fine. But you're gonna
Then
play
we'll both
Spider-Man.
give each other a reach around.
Yeah. No, and then you're gonna play Spider-Man.
Can you
I'm
stream
not
the audio of both games? So it's just an income.
I'm not against playing Spider-Man. It was just a thing that I saw and I thought I want to play that eventually.
Zach, you gotta tell me when you're streaming so I can stream with you.
Just put notifications on. Nerd.
Yeah, he tells the chat
I do tell the chat.
like
play-
every time.
I've only seen it twice because
Oh, you've
for
only
whatever
seen it
reason
twice.
my notifications are weird.
I sent it
Like
in the general
Batman
chat.
games, right?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Are you following me on Twitch?
Yeah, I did just the last.
Just turn the
Have you played all
bell.
of them?
Zach, I
Let's just have
donated
hold on.
$1.
Let's just have two different conversations.
Win.
Have you played all the Batman games?
Yes, except the newest one.
I mean, Arkham.
Knight.
It doesn't get better than Arkham City,
Yeah.
but Arkham Knight's still really good.
Batman. I heard Pac-Man. I was like, this is good. I like this stuff. I like Pac-Man. And you're like,
Pac-Man,
Arkham Knight.
City.
And I was like,
Pac-Man.
My favorite
Division.
scene. My favorite scene is when Pac-Man dispatches the Joker, who then lets all the laughing gas out and poisons the city, and Pac-Man has to go around hurting innocent civilians.
But the laughing gas is just little blue ghosts.
what were you saying?
I forget what.
You donated $1? When?
Wait, I donated $1 to your stream. Didn't put a notification. I didn't get a shout out.
When?
Fake stream.
When was it?
When you were playing, when I asked him to play Hero, I put a donation that just said Hero. And I didn't get a shout out. I'm disappointed.
Oh, do you know why?
Why?
Because I didn't have it set up.
Oh.
Then where did the donation go?
I didn't get a donation.
Did you donate?
It's just floating around in
Did
the
you donate
cloud.
That's
through-
why I
through
have it
Twitch?
set up now. I have notifications set up where it'll pop up on stream.
That's
But
what you get for donating, loser.
no, I can check my PayPal and see if I actually got $1. I didn't get a notification on my phone, but I can check if I got
Next
$1.
time you stream, even if I'm not there, just like give me.
I'll give you a shout out. I'm sorry, I didn't know you donated. Now I feel bad.
No, it really doesn't matter. It's a meme.
But yeah, no, it's set up now. The
$1.
notifications will
James
pull
Staley
up.
said,
Hero.
and what did he play instead? Do you remember?
Yeah, he played
I
Hero.
played Hero.
The donation worked.
Well, because he said it in chat.
Yeah, I know. Just let it be the donation.
Fuck your donation.
That's his donation.
Fuck your donation.
Thank you for the donation, James. Shout out to James for the donation.
Welcome. I just paid rent for this place with that.
Now he can live here.
Yeah, exactly.
$1 a month.
That's it.
That's all you
It's
need.
like a monthly subscription.
To Zach.
Yeah. And there's gonna be a fountain that says how many missions you can collect, but only at an
Eligible for the
additional
extra
payment.
missions. Garrett, you're not. You
Yeah.
can't claim any of the
No.
rewards. Get out of this house.
Yeah.
I should
Give
be
me
like,
my soda back.
I was hoping you would do that. I was getting thirsty.
Yeah, I'm out.
You know what I really need to do? I need to get more. I need to get some cans to put in my mini fridge. I keep forgetting that my mini fridge
Well, yeah,
has been
because your
empty
mini
for.
fridge is 2 inches by 2 inches.
I can have 4 cans in there. Why you acting like it's not a fridge?
Just store your semen in it.
Get a better mini fridge.
No, I didn't pay for that.
hey,
I got it as a gift.
I got a mini fridge.
Shout out to my sister, Ashley, for getting me a mini fridge.
Nice.
Thank you. Anyway, you have a mini fridge?
Yeah.
Mine's a tiny fridge.
That's what I'm saying.
Yours is a mini
You
fridge.
gotta
It's
have
a
a mini
proper
fridge in
mini
here
fridge, isn't
so we can just sell out even more with soda brands.
Well, because this is gonna be James's room. That's why we haven't
Oh.
put anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just have the bar room.
We have a lot of because I had a lot of pop figures and everything in like this box that
Oh, yeah.
once they put all their pop figures, we have like a bunch of shelves. Whenever you first walk into the house and you look to the left.
Did you guys see it, by the way?
Yeah, I saw it. It's cool.
I did not look.
Okay,
I'll look
we'll show you
later,
after the
though.
podcast. But
Fake friend.
whenever you walk in and you look to the left, before they moved in, we had that shelves was just full of movies.
Literal walls of DVDs.
Like it was just all DVDs. There's over like thousands of DVDs on the thing. And so whenever my dad moved out, he took all the DVDs with him. And so now there's just like a bunch of empty shelves that were just hanging on the wall. So Kenny went through and he put all of his pop figures.
No. Sam put her pop figures up. I put my amiibo up.
Yeah, he put all of his amiibos up, and it looks really nice. It's like all filled out with all these things. And so I was like, oh, you know what? Let me go get mine. So I was coming down with this crate, and I was like, look at all this shit that
Yeah,
I
it's
can also
basically
put on.
just spare collectible stuff you
Yeah,
had.
and I was like, because I took it all out of my room when I was trying to repaint, and then I was like, because it can't be on the wall, and then I just never put it back up because I never finished painting, and so
You came downstairs and you're like, hey, I've got this.
yeah,
So we can put it up here with the rest of
and
it.
then
And
Kenny
I was
said,
like, well, hey.
no,
No, stop. I was like, well, of course you can do that. But we need stuff for the podcast room
yeah,
as decorations.
so just be aware at some point the podcast room will look litty titty.
Right. And it will also not be this room.
Not be
And
this
it
room.
will probably not be this room. I do plan on getting a bigger
Unless
desk.
we want to have a podcast on James's bed.
Hell yeah.
The bedcast.
We'll all snuggle up together. with
I didn't realize it was
microphones.
cherry vanilla.
Well, that's why it says cherry vanilla.
Cherry vanilla sponsored by Coca. Please don't.
But anyway, yeah, no.
Coke.com.
So we're looking forward to being able to like get all this shit up. I still haven't gotten everything unpacked and like set up in our room.
Yeah.
Let alone just like shit to put out.
I
in
love the
living room.
LEDs underneath your guys' bed.
Well, that was Sam's thing. So,
Yeah.
Which I'm not against by any means. It's just like that was all her.
Yeah, but it looks really cool.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh man, I want to do that. But I've already spent so much money on the lights in my room. I do need to spend more money because the LEDs up on my ceiling aren't fucking working. So now I need to spend more money to get new ones that will last longer. If I have them plugged in and I press the off button, it turns off and then it fades back to a bright green. And now, instead of having 30 different colors that I can choose from, I have 4. I have red, blue, white, but when I press white, it's just a faded green. I have green, and then I have blue. That's all I have. But when I choose red, some individual LED lights will be green or blue.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, it's RGBs. Red, green, blues. That's all your options.
See, the only one that I actually used at nighttime was red. And that was
Stop complaining.
when when I was by myself, I didn't get to do the joke. I messed up the order. When I'm by myself, I normally do it blue. But anytime I had a girl over, I'd always switch it to red. The lighting was it was perfect. And then we fuck. And that's what the red was for. That was the joke. And now if you go into my room and if you say, because this was the actual joke that I set up to get a giggle out of whoever
So then
I
why
had
didn't
over.
you tell the joke?
No, this is a different joke.
Oh my God.
But this is like a joke that I had set up for
Just get on
any
with
of the
it,
people
go.
that I had in there. But if you go into my room and you say, hey Google, it's time or something like that, then it'll start playing the the stereotypical romance music, and it'll switch the things to red. And then also if you say, hey Google, I'm gonna unplug you, it'll say, I dare you to try pussy ass bitch, and then it'll start playing Megalovania, and it'll switch the lights to red as well.
I've seen one where they set it to, if they said intruder alert.
Oh,
it would
on the
turn off
Alexa?
all the lights.
Yeah.
It would say, never should have come here. Skyrim combat.
Oh my
music.
God.
Yeah. There was this one that I saw, and it was Alexa intruder alert, and she was like, I don't know who you think you're trying to rob. It's like, you may see me, and then it turns the lights off, and it goes, but now I see you. And then it would turn it back on. It goes, now you can see me, and then it turned it to do it again, and it's like, now it's time, and then it would play the music.
I can't wait until I get a little Echo Dot or Alexa or just whatever one I choose, and I can say, Alexa intruder alert, and then it opens up into a giant mech robot and activates death mode.
The house is gone, but the intruder is as well.
Nothing to rob.
Yeah. I'm gonna rob myself so that you can't rob anything.
The future.
Big brain plays. The future is now, motherfucker.
Just lock the door and break into your own house. Actually, that's what I used to do.
Alexa, I'm the intruder. What are you gonna do? Malfunction. Malfunction.
Whenever I would leave the house and then someone would lock the door and I would leave my keys by accident and I couldn't get in, the lock was broken on one of the windows. So I would just take the sheet off of the window and slide the window up and go through my window.
And your neighbors would always watch and take notes.
And that's the thing. If one of my neighbors was just like, it's that man breaking into that house, then they could just call the cops. And what am I going to do?
Or they could shoot you.
And now I'm going to jail because I have no proof that this is my
Going
house.
to jail because you walked home.
So
I mean, you.
I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to go to jail. They'll be like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, this is my house.
This is my house, and they'll be like, someone said that you were breaking into the house, and you'd be
I'm
like,
like, I
who?
left my key.
Where? I don't know what you're talking about.
This is my house. Well, I don't see your name on it. Well, the deed's inside. I can nope, going to jail.
I think we actually had the fucking, what's it called?
I love it.
The service that's like, oh no, animal harm. Called
PETA.
on us. But whatever. The animal control people, they came over and they were like, "Hey, we got a call that you're like putting your dogs on your pour, like whatever," because it was incredibly hot outside, and I left my dog outside for like 30 minutes, and they called them
Whoops.
and said that I was overheating my dog.
I overheat my dog in the
So
oven.
then I shoved them in the oven, the neighbors, and then we got new neighbors. I haven't met the new neighbors yet.
I haven't met any neighbors.
Oh, so you actually killed them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we did have like new people like a couple months before you guys moved in. I think it may have been a little bit longer than that. But the people that were in that house over there, they left, and then new people came in, and I haven't talked to them.
There was one point back in Colorado.
Haha, that's great. So.
No, no,
Go back.
Go back, Garrett.
Fine.
I'll kill you later.
Thanks.
There's one point back in Colorado when my little brother, who was probably like 6 at the time,
Dead at the time.
was just out riding his bike on the street, and he went like further than the neighbors who know us, because it's like a pretty small town, so we pretty much knew all our neighbors. So he went further
outside
than that.
the town.
He went, yeah. He went a mile and then he was outside of town. No, but he went further than like our neighborhood, and then someone called the cops because they were worried that he was like that we were just letting him go
Leave?
wherever he wants
What?
and not like taking care of him. And so the cops came with him, and
Children
they're like,
must be on a leash.
yeah.
He's still on the bike. They're holding the bike by each tire, and they're like, "We found your son."
He's pedaling, just waiting for them to let him down.
Yeah, so the cops came with my little brother,
With the
With the
little,
little brother.
Yeah.
with the little rat.
with the shithead.
They open up the door and you're like, "Do you fucking sell me out?"
That's not my brother. Take him straight to jail, please.
And they were just like, "Is this your kid?" to my parents, and they're like, "Yes." What did he do? And they're
Well,
like,
he rode
"Oh,
his bike."
he didn't do anything." The neighbors called because they were worried that he was just off on his own, and we were like, "Which neighbors?"
Your brother's 18. He's just actually riding his bike. They're like, "Oh my god."
He's 23, lives in his own house. They bring you all the way to your parents.
Is this your
child?
kid?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I was just having lunch, and someone called the police on me.
Well, it's good that you're here. You never ever answer your phone calls.
Come in for dinner.
Take me to jail. Take me to jail.
I was like, "No, I think we should stay for dinner."
Just a normal, night's dinner with Mom, Dad, and the 2 police officers.
That'd be a good way to get out of like Thanksgiving. Just call the police on yourself. Sorry, guys.
Would you mind passing me the turkey?
Sorry guys, I'm too busy going to jail. I can't attend.
911, what's your emergency? Can you please like get me out of my Thanksgiving dinner? Like, can you just come over here and say I like killed somebody before I came in?
No problem, fam. We got
Actually
you.
commit if that's needed. I could actually commit a felony if that's needed.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the verge of stabbing my uncle, so like.
You could just say you're doing a wellness check, and I'll like reach for your gun, and then you can take me to jail.
Sir, we don't advise that you do that. Please don't.
Yeah. Everybody, please don't do that.
I love the idea of just calling the police on yourself, like you're robbing a store,
Well, then do it then.
and you call them and you're like, "Hey, what's up? I'm robbing a store right now," and they're like, "Sorry? Yeah,
Alright, you're welcome.
yeah,
Hangs up
thanks,
the
bye."
Could
Come and
vlog-
find me.
Vlog your crime spree.
I mean, shit. Some people stream their stuff. Like, there's that one. There's that one shooting that was streamed.
Wasn't there someone like forever ago that they were stealing from a store or whatever, and they would have gotten away with it, except they streamed like the aftermath.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got on there like, "Hey, look at all this money."
look at all this stuff I got.
And then they found him
They
on the
found
side.
him, yeah.
On the side of the road.
Yeah,
And but yeah, no. Have you guys seen that one video that like went popular a while ago? That was
there's
just.
a lot of those.
Let me continue the fucking story, and then you would find out what the video was. But no, it's the 911 calls that are supposed to be like spooky or whatever. They're like really gruesome, even though they're just phone calls.
I mean, I've seen some of them. I haven't seen like any
The
specific.
one guy who called the police on himself because he couldn't stop killing people. And he called them multiple times and they couldn't catch him.
What do you mean they couldn't catch
Did
him?
he
They-
give,
they
like,
couldn't
info
find
in
him.
the calls?
He would call them and he would be crying and he'd be like, "Can you please arrest me? I cannot stop killing people. I just murdered a woman with an ice pick." Like, blah, blah, blah. And then he'd hang up and then they'd try and find him. And then he would call like 30 minutes later about another murder in another location, about how he can't stop killing people. They didn't find him until like, I think 12 years later.
Was he actually killing people?
Yes.
Like, it was a,
He was legitimately killing
Like,
people.
He gave accurate information.
Yes.
As well. Like they found the body.
Yes.
that is legitimately horrifying to me.
Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, no, like it was crazy. But I think his nickname is like the weeping man or something like that because he just kept crying on the phone calls about how he can't stop killing people, and they couldn't find him. They couldn't find
That's
him.
crazy.
But
The
yeah,
elusive weeper.
yeah. There's like the fake 911 calls where they're like, "I think someone broke into my house."
Now, when you say fake, do you mean like prank or like scripted?
They're like scripted.
Okay.
But they're like, I think someone broke into my house. I'm like, okay, well, like, where are you? And she's like, I'm in my room. Like, my door's locked, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to go see who it is. And they're like, no, like, do not do that.
But what if he's cute?
And she was like, no, like, I'm going to go. Like, I need to go look. She was like, a window shattered in my bathroom. And I think that they're breaking in through there. And so then she, like, went down to the bathroom. And she, like, started screaming on the call. Because what was in the bathtub was her husband's dead body. And they're like, your husband was murdered? And she's like, no, my husband died 10 years ago. Like, I don't know why my husband's body is in this bathtub. And it's like this whole, like, they did like a multiple part series. And it was about how
Oh, okay.
the
So
husband,
it's like a told story through
yeah,
the thing.
yeah. And it's like the husband was like a time traveler or some shit. And
What?
it was, yeah.
Time
That's where you
prison.
lost me.
Yeah. It's crazy. It was good. Kept me interested for a little bit.
What if he was just?
That's my name brand Pop Tart.
He was on the verge
Pop-
of death, and he wanted to pull one last prank on his wife.
Garrett, if you wanted a Pop Tart, you could have just asked.
You should have just gotten one out of the Pop-Tart Frosted S'more 16 value pack toaster pastries that are right here on the table in front of you. That expired December 19th, 2020 at 10:02.
This, you said that past tense. Future expires.
It's not expired yet.
Unlike most things in this house. Did I ever tell you about that?
I remember hearing something about expired food in here.
Did you?
Things
Did I-
being expired or people?
things.
No.
It was like 2 weeks into us moving in. There was a night where like I stayed up all night or whatever shit, some shit. I had to work the next day. I can't remember. I think it was that. But it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, fuck it, I can't sleep. I'm gonna go make food because I'm hungry now. And so I went out to the kitchen to start making my eggies, my Eggos, and my waffles, and so while I was making the shit, I was looking around because we were out of ketchup, so I was just looking for like, you know, if there was syrup to use, if it was all this. And I look down in the bottom left corner is all like the cereal boxes. And so I saw behind the cereal boxes a full full bottle of ketchup.
Nice.
You say nice. I know this is gonna haunt you more than anyone.
Oh.
I pull it out and it's just regular ketchup, right? It's not like one of the weird other flavors that they do. Of fucking ketchup. But it's like brown red.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And I turn it around, and the expiration date was like 2015. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I threw it away. And then so I got done making my eggies, my waffles. And so I went to get butter, and there were two things of butter. There's like the actual sticks of butter, and then like Land O'Lakes or whatever the fuck. And I pull it out, sponsored by Land O'Lakes. And I pull it out, and I open it, and there was nothing amiss with what it looked like currently. Looking at the butter, I was like, okay, yeah, that's butter. And so I grab a knife and I scrape the top layer, and the top layer was a different color of yellow than all of the butter below it.
Oh no.
It was like a dark go get yourself checked out piss yellow as opposed to the nice bright yellow that is butter. And I was like, what the fuck? And I turned that around, and that was like 2014.
Oh my god.
So, let me explain a little bit.
Yeah, please
Couple
do.
things. So when my sister moved out, it left me and my father left alone in this house. So what we did was we ate fast food for years. Years.
Yeah, I could tell.
The only thing that we ever made was chicken Alfredo
and mac
and
and cheese.
picadillo.
Okay.
We don't use ketchup. We don't do all that.
I noticed.
So that stays there and it doesn't move. You know why? Because we don't grab it. So we don't know that it's expired. The butter, on the other hand, I don't know how that because we use butter. I don't know how the hell that was there.
You just had
I'll be
the-
honest.
the
That just
thing-
managed
you
to
just
get
had the
slip
thing of
past
butter.
us.
You just had the thing of butter, and you're like, you know what we need? We need more butter. And you would just always get another thing of butter.
That's probably what we did, to be honest with you. I think me and my dad were just too lazy to actually look at what was expired and throw it out. Like, it's not that much work. We just didn't do it.
Oh yeah, when we went grocery shopping for the first time together, we got more waffles, and then we checked the freezer in the garage, and those waffles not only were wicked expired, but had been in there for so long that when comparing the two boxes of waffles, the way the way they worded the expiration date was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was like 2011, and it was like, please sell by blank by blank, and then the current ones were like, best if used by.
Yeah.
So we had mentioned those exact things on another podcast episode.
Oh, really?
And it made me remember that I was watching Rooster Teeth's podcast, and while I was watching it, everybody, because you know they like stream their podcast like to the first members or whatever, and so while they
That
were
was very good.
like doing the
Cut that out.
podcast, everybody in the chat was like, "This has to be a scripted episode. Like, there's no way that this was just like actually happening." And they were like, "What are you talking about? Like, what's going on?" And they're like currently filming like episode like 370 something, right? And they're like, "You are saying not only the exact same topics, but in the exact same order, like in the exact same way as episode 21." And they were like, "Huh?" And they were like, "There's no way. Pull it up. Pull it up." So the people who like were moderating the podcast, you know, switching the cameras like whenever it needs to be, they pulled up the podcast and they started watching that episode, and it was the exact same topics in the exact same order, said by the exact same people. Not only that, but the people were sat in the same positions.
Oh my god.
And they were like, "We are repeating episode 21. They're like, "How did this happen?" They're like, I'm scared. I want this to be scripted." It was really funny.
That's great.
Like, that's incredible to me.
Well, it's just a case of like, you do 370 episodes.
Yeah.
Eventually it's
Yeah.
bound to happen, but the fact that it doesn't make it any less surprising and like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
That just
exactly.
makes me think about.
Like an episode of Twilight Zone.
That just makes me think about. Have y'all ever seen the live streams on YouTube where someone, instead of posting a new video, they will just post that video on loop as a live stream? It's so bizarre. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about. They get more views that way.
yeah, because it's just based on how many people are like watching because it's a live stream.
Yeah.
So they'll just post a video. It's not actually live. It's just a video played on repeat.
Yeah.
I've legitimately never seen
For
this.
like-
I
for
mean,
like-
I never ever watched
But
YouTube
it's live.
stuff live.
It's live for like days
Uh-huh.
of just the same video on repeat, and all of the comments are like, "This is just a loop of a video. What is happening?"
Because then once the live stream ends, it'll take all the data of how many people watched it, and it'll say it has like however many views, let's say 300 views, and then once it becomes a video, it's like, this just posted and has 300 views. And then it'll like spread it out to more people because they think it's getting that many views in like an instant.
Well, shit.
So I guess
Start
this-
doing that.
So I guess that's the new way to like abuse YouTube's algorithm.
Yeah. So
is with this
Since
dumb
they
live
abuse
stream
their
thing.
creators.
But like with that one Ruby creator, like there is an actual like legitimate reason to play videos like as if they're a live stream. Like there are people who are like, "Oh, like I'm gonna like do this then because then what they like to do, which like I wouldn't mind doing once, like in the future, when I have more people watching the videos, but they will play the video as a live stream and they'll watch it with them so they can see the chat like as the video's going, so they can see people's reactions to the stuff in the video.
So they know what's like working and shit.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
Not even that it's working, just so that they can like get real-time reactions to the video.
Yeah,
Which like is cool. Like that's a cool feature.
it's a cool idea.
But other than that, it's literally just like it has the whole video in queue and it's just playing it as a live stream.
Or you could just have like, or you could just do it live yourself and then see it for yourself
Yeah.
with the chat.
Yeah.
That would work too.
So
Those are the ways of the old days. Gone are those.
I haven't kept up with the stream schedule that I said I was gonna do. Well, I guess technically I didn't lie because I streamed on the Friday after the podcast. I said starting tomorrow, but the schedule's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I streamed on Friday for I think a total of 3 hours because I did an hour and a half of Minecraft and then I took a break to eat some pizza.
Right.
And
Some
then
pizza with us.
some pizza. And then about 2 hours later, I streamed another hour and a half of Minecraft. And then the next day, which was that would be Saturday, which I'm normally not supposed to stream on.
That is how
I
time
streamed
works.
anyway, and I can't remember what I streamed. It was Grand Blue. I streamed more Grand Blue, and then you came in for a little bit.
I came in on the Minecraft stream.
You came in on Grand Blue.
I did.
I think so. No, you did come in. You did come.
on
You
the
came in on the
Minecraft stream
Minecraft
because
one.
I was at work.
But someone came in on the Grand Blue. It was Joel. Joel came in on the Grand Blue stream.
I was gonna guess either Joel or Josh.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be in town." Or like, I'm going to be around that area to drop something off. Do you want me to come over? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm really hungry. Do you want to get some food? And he was like, I'm tight on money. And I was like, I can make you mac and cheese. So he came over and I made him mac and cheese.
Nice.
And then we watched some Smash. And then we played Grand Blue. And then I was going to stream today. But I was just so exhausted. So unbelievably exhausted after the concert.
Oh, I was gonna say, what were you exhausted from? I was like, what did you do?
I can't hear. All my body's energy is going to healing my eardrums at the moment. Like I feel like your guys' mics aren't on. Can you hear each other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear.
I can't.
Dude, just wear ear things.
We
next
didn't
time.
have them.
So go get some. They're like probably $1.
Didn't have time.
Just get hearing aids.
That's what I asked.
Just adapt and
I asked
evolve.
my dad. I was like, I need some hearing aids. But I told my dad, I was like, I do need hearing aids now because I can't hear. And then I was like, you know what? No, I don't want hearing aids. You know why? I want to go deaf. Because I realized, now that everything is so much quieter, the world is so much more calm.
It's like there is an episode of Futurama where the old Professor
Professor Oak.
Farnsworth, shut the fuck up. Professor Farnsworth, in his sleep, Bender is like bending things in right angles, and so in his sleep he went up to Farnsworth, who is an old man, and just picked him up and bent him backwards, and so he's propped so that he is perpetually facing up, and he's walking along. They gave him like a stick on a wheel so that his back is propped up. He's at a right angle, and him and Fry are walking down the street, and it's like, because they're in New York, future New York, so it's still shitty. Like the neighborhood looks terrible. There's no leaves on any of the trees.
Yeah.
But he's looking up, and he's so happy. He's like, Fry, looking up is just a blue sky. Everything looks so great today. And Fry's like, I can't stand how fucking happy you are all the goddamn time.
That show is so smart.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I
Speaking of
haven't
which,
watched it.
Futurama is legitimately one of my favorite shows ever.
It's so smart with all of its
Yes,
comedy.
it is somehow like it's smart with its comedy while also having dumb comedy be smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Pickle Rick. Am I right?
No, stop.
The IQ you need to watch that show was just unbelievable.
And Futurama will just like it'll be doing comedy, and then the next moment you're like fucking crying. Not only that, but like while we're on the topic, Futurama, same person who made Simpsons, Matt Groening, his show Disenchanted on Netflix.
Yeah.
I was really hopeful for when they announced it and all that.
I
And-
did watch it as well.
Yeah, it's not that it's. I'm not trying to say it's bad, but it doesn't have that same charm
It's not
or
quite
like
the same.
clever.
It's because the characters are
I
not.
feel like I
think-
have to force myself through it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. You know.
The characters are just not really there.
It's not even just the characters though. It is the humor. It doesn't hit the same.
It's not funny. Really.
It's- I wouldn't
Like-
say I wouldn't go out of my way to say it's not funny.
I would say
There's-
1 out of 30
there's some-
jokes hit,
yeah.
and I'm like, I
That's
giggle.
the thing. Yeah.
I
saw-
liked near the end. I started to like it more, but like that whole first part felt like
was a trog.
yeah,
haven't
it
even
it
seen
kind of
season
felt like
2 yet.
nothing was really happening. None of the characters did anything different or
Right.
new,
It was very stationary with like progression,
Yeah.
basically.
and so
Not
it
only
was
that,
like nothing happened.
I saw someone's like sort of analysis on it a while ago, and I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that basically the biggest problem with its comedy is that they hinder too long, or they linger too long on all their jokes.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where the joke you should just stop, you should cut it off because that's when it's funny. You know, comedy is still about timing and all that, and they just drag jokes out. And
The jokes do last, like,
yeah,
30
no,
minutes.
ever since seeing that, I was like, okay, no, I totally get it now.
Yeah.
Like that's easily
I think they're
One of the
doing a
biggest
movie for the like finale
really.
because the end of the season was like that big cliffhanger,
Right.
and
And then
then
season 2 is out.
yeah, but I think they're doing a movie for like the end of that first season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what happens, but I haven't seen anything else about it.
Can we talk about how shit that the one show on Netflix is with the like
You mean
fucking-
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth. Oh my god, that show is so fucking bad.
I absolutely hate everything about that, and it's a shame because it's like, isn't it Nick Kroll's show?
Is it?
Yeah, isn't it Nick Kroll's?
I have no idea. All I know is that this show is shit.
I didn't
It's
know.
garbage.
I tried watching it. I tried so hard.
It is hot garbage.
It is. I can't. It's so fucking ugly.
It's just outright bad.
The jokes aren't funny. Like, have you seen
Yeah,
it?
there's-
I haven't, because the only thing I ever hear about it is this.
Yes. Don't
There's
watch
a
it.
reason. Like, it'd be one thing if it wasn't funny. It'd be one thing if it wasn't good to look at. It'd be one thing if, like, character work was not there. Like, it just doesn't have anything going for it, dude.
Really nothing. The only thing it has is like super relatability, but like that doesn't do anything.
So we are at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So we do have to stop the podcast here. But
Uh,
real quick, we are sponsored by Pop-Tarts.
Next
There we go.
next week's episode is just gonna be 45 minutes of us talking about all our sponsors, and then 15 minutes of us bitching and ragging on Big Mouth.
But hopefully all the cameras are working. From what I can see, it looks like they are. I can't see this one, so hopefully. I did promise last time, but we'll see. We will see. But thank you for coming out. And anything to say for your final things?
Goodbye.
That's something.
Goodbye, everybody.